Okay, we're back at the hive again this week. After posting last week's video, I got a lot of great feedback from a lot of people around the world. Some folks in Europe, some folks down in the southern US, and I appreciate it. All the advice that you've been giving me, I think that's fantastic. And I'm going to take some of that advice today. We're going to be moving some of the frames around. We're going to be getting rid of some of that comb that was questionable from last week. We're going to try to be a little more gentle with the frames. Thank you for that feedback. We're going to try to not get stung, obviously, and we're going to put the super on with the flow frames. So I'm going to go get the smoker ready and get suited up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's get this glove on and get to work. I've got a couple of extra frames here to replace some of the ones that have not so good comb. I've got a couple of extra boxes here because one of the suggestions obviously was not to put frames full of bees on the ground or in front of the entrance. I think that was both excellent feedback. Because I'm going to put the super on, I'm going to need to separate the queen excluder here from the top lid. So we'll just give these guys a healthy dose of smoke in hopes that they go away. Let's see what they've been doing for the past week or so. Lots of comb on the top of this lid. We're just going to get rid of that. You can see it's full of nectar and honey at this point. You don't want that on the lid. So we'll scrape that off. And then we'll put that right back down with the other stuff. Similar on the top of the frames here. We'll just get rid of some of that foam. Lots of bees here today though. It's alright, my back is probably right to the camera. Lots of activity. Okay, let's see what we can see in here. They've been able to repair a lot of the comb that we saw earlier. So we'll just take these frames out one at a time. I've got another box down here I can put them in. We'll have a look at them. We'll look for eggs. And then we will go about deciding which ones to swap. Get the first one out, very heavy. Lots of honey in this one. All honey. You can see bees are busy draining that, or filling that rather, capping it up. Let's put that one down here for now. Lots of bees in here this week. Definitely time to put super on. Given the sheer numbers I'm seeing here, a lot more than last week. Which is good. Here's the ladies. Oh, another very full one. There's some brood on this one on the bottom. On that side. And on that side, which is great. Love to see that. So I've got one honey and one honey with brood. The recommendation from one of the people that saw the video last week was to put all the brood in the bottom. Clean up any of the messy comb. Again, all honey in this one. And then start pyramiding. This is great. I've seen pyramiding on another video. If any of you look at Vino Farms, excellent set of videos for anybody doing beekeeping or anybody that really wants to be entertained. They're pretty funny and very informative on the bee side of things. Sorry guys, that's the one that had the black one. Next black frame is the one that had the funny comb last time. Again, all honey in this frame. And this side they haven't built out a lot of comb, and that's because the next one is the one that had all the funny comb on it that was weird shape. So we'll try to clean that one up and put them all back to normal. Now, one of the comments was there was too much space in between these frames, which is why they started building weirdo comb. So we're going to put back some of the frames that we took out because we thought it was too crowded. Here's another shot of that one. This side looks great, and they're storing lots of honey on that side. This side, weird. So I'm gonna. There's a lot of brood at the top though. So I'm not really sure what to do with that one. The recommendation was to scrape it off and let them start over. But with that much brood on there, I don't know if I want to do that. So we're just gonna put it aside for now and have a look, and then we'll decide what to do. The next one looks like all honey again. I'm trying to move somewhat quickly here because I don't want to leave them out in the open too long. Yeah, all honey. All honey on these frames. You can see there's some larvae down the bottom. Oh, that's great. See if I can get a good shot of that for you. If you can look down into those frames there, you can those cells. You can see some larvae in there, which is fantastic. So that means the queen is laying. There's some eggs there. They're coming to larvae. Awesome! Let's put that one up here while we have a look at the last two. Much easier to get the frames out this week. One of the respondents said the more you inspect, the easier it gets because they don't build as much. Brace comb, honey on that side, all honey on that side. So I think we're totally ready for the super because there's so much honey being stored here, which is good. Let's put some empty frames in there, give them a place to build more brood, and put some the flow super on there, give them a place to store all the honey. And again, all honey, and this is a very full frame, completely full of honey. Okay, so as I expected, the top box, mostly honey. Okay, so we're going to put two of those honey cells, the two that were on the edge, right back together. And we're going to take this box off and look at the bottom because we can't really start shifting stuff around until we know everything that's there. So I'm going to put this one on top of the other one. We'll have a look at this, and then we'll decide exactly what we're going to do. I hope to see a bunch of brood in this box so that I can appropriately pyramid these things. Let me just scrape off some of this foam, brace foam from the top, put it in the compost section over there. And again, any comments on anything that you see, please let me know. Like I said, I'm new to this. Learning. I think we're all always learning, but learning about what's good, what's not good, good practices, bad practices, good techniques and not good techniques, right? We're here to help each other, so leave comments and let's help each other. Let's see what we can see. Now I want to be careful here because I don't want, if the queen is on here, obviously, I don't want to lose her, squish her, or do any damage whatsoever. But have a look in there. That's a whole bunch of bees. Okay, mostly empty. They're a lot of nectar on this side. Some honey at the top. A lot of nectar. We're going to put this frame down over here and go for number two, which I can already see has a lot of brood on it, which is great. So let's give it a little more smoke. There's a lot of activity today, probably because I'm being so invasive. Oh, a lot of brood here. It's very light. Lots of brood. good pattern, you can see it there. This side looks like they're just cleaning up. Some larvae in there. Some drones on there. Very difficult to see if there were eggs though. It's very dark. Can't see if there were eggs in there. So that's a good drone frame. Great, I love it. Just going to put that back in here because I do have sufficient room. Sorry ladies. Got to get the foam off the side there so that we can appropriately pack you up later. A ton of activity, a ton of bees. A lot more than last week. Again, very light frame, lots of brood on here. Ton, look at that. This hive is going to explode soon. This one seems to have honey and brood. Again, if you see something that I don't see, leave it in the comments. Let me know what's going on from what your perspective is. Slip that one back in there nicely. Have a look at the next one. Just going to get the next couple ready. Just so that I don't have to keep smoking them out. And another very light frame, lots of brood on that. So wherever the queen is, and I haven't been able to spot her yet, she's not marked. Wherever the queen is, she's doing a great job because even though I can't see her, there's evidence of her activity. Okay? I can see a ton of brood in here. And again, they're all on the bottom, which is great. That's what one of the comment folks said. Make sure the brood is on the bottom. A couple of frames of nectar and honey on either side. And maybe a couple of frames of brood up top. So I've got lots to choose from to move things around, which is really good. So again, brood. And a ton of bees. I'm trying to be gentle here. Brood. And a ton of bees. I like. A lot of activity. And very light frame. It seems like they're putting all the honey upstairs, all the brood downstairs. Which I guess is good. Looks like this is honey, some brood. Good stuff. Nothing out of the ordinary on there. There, ladies. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Excuse me. Oh, lots of brood on here too. Fantastic. So again, all the brood downstairs. There's looks like empty-ish. Just trying to get them off there. A lot of larvae in there. A lot of larvae of various stages. Oh, and eggs. Yahoo! I see eggs. Let's see if I can get them in frame there. I don't know if it's going to focus on there, but in some of those cells at the very bottom you can see little white dots, and that would be eggs. Fantastic. That's what I wanted to see, eggs. Nice. Now that last one there is all honey. And like I said, one of the commenters said put the brood in the middle and the honey on the outside. So I'm just going to leave that last one in there because I know it's all honey. And these are all brood. How many brood do I have? So some of these outside frames I'm going to move up to the top. And then some of those honey frames I'm going to put back down the bottom here. And encourage them to go up. Excuse me ladies, sorry. Move them all back over. Great, doing a great job. Love it. What I'm worried about here is moving the tops but not the bottoms. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just move the tops. Okay, so I got 2 of brood left. I want to find 2 of relatively decent honey that are not too thick, and I want to trade. So let's take brood number 1, put it in this. All right, hold on, I think I have a bee in my mask. That's not good. Not good bee in the mask. Okay, that was unpleasant. And we're going to try to button it up relatively quick here so that that does not happen again. What did I say I was doing here? A couple of frames of honey on the outside. And this other frame of brood was coming out, yeah? Go on the top. There you are. Serves me right for getting stung, how invasive I'm being to them lately. And I apologize, ladies, for that. Gentle honey, honey, brood, brood, empty frame, and I think one more empty frame. And then we'll sorry ladies, that was a little bit harsh, and I apologize. Alright, let's get you off there. Make sure we're closed. Put the other box up. And we've got brood. Is this the weird? No, this is a good one. Honey. I want honey on the outside. Again, a ton of bees. We may have to button this one up off camera, folks. And I apologize for that, but we're going to have to do that. So all I'm going to do is put the super on, and I'm going to put those frames back in there. And I apologize it's going to be off camera, but we're getting too swarmed here. My own doing, I'm sure. Okay, so we're in the house again. The super's on, and we ran into a little bit of trouble, as you saw, or was insinuated from the last video. I'll just turn the camera around and let you see what the state of the world is. I'm just hanging out the kitchen window here. As you can see down there, I got the super on, and I left that one frame of weirdo comb that we're just gonna trash off to the side there. And it was full of bees when I came in, but now you can see it's mostly empty. There's a few that are going around there and seeing what's up. And you can also see in the hive there that most of the bees are relatively calm. It looked something like that when I started the inspection earlier today. So we'll give it a little more time, and then we'll head back out and tidy up and see what we can do there. But the super's on. I have to put the caps back in the flow frames because apparently last fall I took them out, probably to clean them. So I have to find those and then put them back in. But the bees are up in that super, and they're looking around and cleaning it up, and they'll finish all those, closing up all those cells and hopefully starting to populate with honey. 2 stings after I was able to get into the backyard and get all the bees off of me. The kids enjoyed laughing at me dancing around in the bee suit. They came in off the porch about 5 minutes after I came in the house because the bees were in the backyard, and normally that doesn't happen for us. Even though it's right around the side of the house there, we don't see them a whole lot in the backyard. But after an event like this afternoon, we do. There's a fly, just flew in the house. So yeah, caps on the flow frames, back on the flow frame, and obviously tidying up not only that one frame of weirdo comb, but also all my tools and equipment, and get the bee suit out of the backyard, and put some afterbite on the sting. The one that did get in the mask, you can see it right there. I don't even know how it got in the mask, but that's where it got me. And the other problem I noticed, and my youngest pointed that out, was I didn't tuck my shirt in at the back. So you can see that on the video a little bit. And I got one just above, just on the back of my hip there, above your butt. Also inside the suit. So it was super fun. But hopefully we'll inspect it again, maybe Monday. It's Saturday now, or it's Friday now, maybe Sunday or Monday in a couple days, and make sure everybody's acclimated, and everything's going okay. There was a ton of brood in there, so the hive is about to explode in terms of population. So I just had to swat one out from coming in the house, and hopefully we're doing the right thing here. All right, any comments, leave them in on the video. Thanks a lot.